This is Munchin' Movies. I'm Sam.
Scott.
And today we're munching up some The Dark Tower, the movie.
Dark Tower?
It was rather dark for some.
Oh man, The Dark Tower, the movie. That's how I have to say it. The Dark Tower, the movie. Dark Tower 2017. On to the other things that 2017 has made me sad about.
I know.
Yeah. It was a movie.
As a summer blockbuster, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go see a movie, basic gist of it, should you go or should you not go? If you're not picky about movies, and you like summer blockbusters, you like action and some adventure, you probably won't be too disappointed. It's just okay.
Yes.
I think you're probably better off just waiting and checking it out on Netflix or Redbox, honestly. If you're a fan of Dark Tower and you have to go see a movie because you have to, it's The Dark Tower, be prepared for...
Painful.
Yeah.
Very painful.
Very painful, and just not a full understanding of the story and where they were going with it and what they're going to do with it, because it doesn't even seem to fit in with anything. But we'll get on to more of that later. Into the characters.
Okay, so Roland, the main character. Yeah, Idris Elba. He, good actor, really good actor. I've always enjoyed him, and for what he was given, he did good. But his character is boring and done to death and one-dimensional, and you know, he's this brooding man who's had a hard life, but he still does the right thing, and I don't know, it's just
his objective is to in this movie is to kill the Man in Black, which is not in the movie.
Yes.
And it's kind of a revenge plot, but you don't really understand. I mean, you do understand the revenge plot once you get to Roland. They show the whole... The film happens at a breakneck speed, by the way. So it's like one thing after another. So you see Roland's dad die, and it's not impactful at all. But it's impactful to the character. He broods the whole time. Basically, he meets Jake. Nothing about Jake he really cares about, other than he finds out that he's going to introduce him to the Man in Black, or the Man in Black's chasing him, and so he becomes interested in Jake. And also he kind of becomes interested because Jake has drawings of him, which is never really explained how the shine works with Jake, why Jake is so special. Yeah,
why Jake, why is there that cross against worlds thing? Anyway, yeah. No explanation.
On to Jake, his character though, by the way, and like I said, Idris Elba did a good job, but the script was not good to him and his character at all. Jake, again, not absolutely better, probably.
He was probably the best
because
character.
He has the most time to actually give you something, but that something that they give you doesn't have any payoff, doesn't make any sense.
Well, the kid did good. The actor, he was really good, but again, he could only work with what he was given. The writing, the story, it was crap.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, he basically, the gist of his characters, he draws this other dimensional world, and he sees this gunslinger and this Man in Black and their rivalry together, and he's the sort of the magic shine that's supposed to bring the whole world together.
Whatever. Matthew McConaughey as the bad guy.
McConaughey.
The Man in Black, the man himself.
Matthew McConaughey.
Hey.
No, I think that his character was the worst adaptation from the books altogether, because he really is so one-dimensional. And it's not.
And he's ridiculous. He's just totally ridiculous.
His acting is silly, but on top of that, he just the back and forth between him and Roland doesn't make any sense.
No,
it doesn't. Why is he so mean to Roland? Why does he care about Roland in the first place? Because he just wants to bring down the Dark Tower, and he wants to use psychokinetic kids to do so, which is the reason why he comes after Jake, is because Jake is psychokinetic.
Right. And Matthew McConaughey, he can do a really good job, but this did not help his career in the least little bit. Just saying. But anyway, so
it didn't make any sense. None of it made any sense. Just watching this whole roller coaster ride, and I'm like, this is going off the tracks from frame one, but it's going. The story, I think, is what we really need to... So moving onwards to the story, is that the story makes no sense. Again, the Journey to the Dark Tower is about Roland and his quartet, his like group of people, and their journey. Basically, it's all about him and his journey to the Dark Tower and how he uses the people around him to get where he wants to go. In this, there's nothing like that. The story plot line is incredibly weird and awkward. It's basically the Man in Black wants to destroy the tower, which is kind of true, and he uses psychokinetic kids to do so, which is kind of true. And then Roland is just that extra character that's supposed to stop that from happening because he killed his father.
Yes, it's as if Hollywood took like bits and pieces from this wonderful story and decided, oh, we're just going to put it into this own plot. You know, we're not even going to bother trying to use the same plot.
And they did. They literally took a 4,000 to 5,000 page trilogy of books and dwindled it down to an hour and a half of film.
It wasn't even.
But then they took the story and they, like, you start out in book 6 and then you go back to book 1 and then you go back to book 7 and then back to book 4 and then like the whole movie bounces around through the books like you're pinballing through this world and makes no sense in conjunction to the books. But
and all within 95 minutes.
Yeah.
That's insane. I'm sorry.
It doesn't make any sense. It also doesn't make any sense because they rewrote the story 4 times. So
I feel like it was doomed from the beginning. Like, I know fans have wanted this for a really long time, but they should have waited until it could be done right. Sorry.
We've been waiting forever, but they haven't given us anything. And then there's been things that saying that they're going to do it and not going to do it. Would I rather have this or than not have it? Yes, I think I would rather have this than not have it, because now we can see that there is a bad version, and there's a lot of bad versions of Stephen King movies that end up becoming better later. So hopefully, and maybe that'll happen with it. I mean, I actually kind of liked it, the original one, even though it's silly, but the new one might be better. Who knows?
Right.
Might be worse.
So, scores. Okay, so we're going to give it both a movie score and a adaptation score, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like we said, as just a good old-fashioned regular summer blockbuster film without thinking about the books, I would give it a 5.
Yeah, I think a 5 is pretty
4
fair.
or 5, yeah.
I think most people are gonna just say, it was fine. I think it's like 60 on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics are giving it like 18, but I think that's too critical for what it's worth. If you're just saying that it's a summer blockbuster movie and you're just gonna have fun with it, it's 5 is fine.
So, adaptation. I'm giving it a 2. It is ridiculous. It is not... It's like as if they didn't even try to make it the same.
Yeah.
They didn't even want to go off of what was already there. They had good source material. Use it!
Yeah, they had... They are planning on still doing an HBO TV show, which I'm super excited about. I think will be
That's what
good.
they should have done in the first place.
And even if they don't, and honestly, what they need to do is just say retcon this whole movie and just say we're starting from a TV show and we're just going to do it great. But I don't think that's going to happen because I think actually the director is also a writer on the TV show. I think.
Lord help us.
Anywho, I'm really excited about that because I love Game of Thrones, I love HBO, and I think they do a great job with a lot of book series. So, giving it the book score, it's a 1. It's awful. It does nothing to do with it. Imagine if you had Lord of the Rings. Everyone's seen Lord of the Rings, most people. Get rid of Pippin and Samwise. Why? I don't know. They're not important. Like, it's literally what they did. They got rid of main characters of the story
and getting rid of Sauron, the main bad guy. All they had is the equivalent to Saruman, which is...
we didn't even hit that. Yeah. The Crimson King, they only reference him in lettering on wall. It says, all hail the Crimson King. Crimson King is the main bad guy in the story. It's not the Man in Black. And so it's just, it doesn't make any sense. And then take all of the books and whittle them down to an hour and a half movie. How would that look? How would that be? That's what you got with The Dark Tower. I mean, I guess you could say it's kind of like Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings, like, which some people say they like, some people say they don't.
At least that was entertaining.
And at least it had all the characters. It had the main story of Lord of the Rings in it. This does not. They take the entire story and they throw it out the window and they only cherry pick certain parts. Basically, the psychokinetic kids breaking the beams on the tower is probably the only thing that is even remotely like The Dark Tower, but it's not in any place for it.
So we know we kind of ripped into it, most definitely, but if there's aspects of it that you liked, or if you have any comments, please like, comment, subscribe. We'd like to know what you think, please, because maybe there's something we missed, or maybe it's something we're not thinking about, but we'd love to hear from you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.